Hello. Margaret Mead, perhaps one of the most well-known figures in the field of cultural anthropology. But how much do we really know about this enigmatic character? Good evening, I'm British, and tonight we aim to explore the personal life and scholastic achievements of this anthropologist and uncover exactly who is Margaret Mead.
Margaret Mead was born in Philadelphia on December 16, 1901, and was raised in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, which is well known for its production of corn, doilies, and mass-murdering urukai. Her father was a professor, and her mother was a social activist, which meant that at a young age, Mead was already well tutored in the fine art of making other people feel bad about themselves.
Margaret wasn't like other children. She kicked a lot, and she bit a lot too. Well, and then she'd do this thing where she put some sort of curse on the lefty hand scissors and the popsicle sticks using some sort of voodoo magic she learned in a book about religion in Haiti or someplace. That's how I lost these.
Mead graduated from Barnard College in 1923 and worked towards her PhD at Columbia University in New York City, where other annoying and overrated young men and women go to become annoying and overrated people with PhDs.
Maggie was really different from the other girls, and that's why we recruited her for Kappa Alpha Origami. I mean, seriously, that girl could throw back like 840s, no problem. I mean, come on, who does that? And she would totally rule at Beirut. I mean, come on, she was the master. I mean, during initiation, when all the girls were supposed to like snag a pair of boxers from the men's football team, Maggie totally showed up with the head of a boar and a unicorn tail. Real unicorn. I mean, that's totally hardcore.
In 1926, she began her job at the Museum of Natural History in New York City as assistant curator. 2 years later, she published her first book in one of the most debated written works in the field of cultural anthropology, The Coming of Age in Samoa, a book that explores relationships among the youth in Samoan culture. Mead's sweeping generalizations of the sexual activities among these individuals have caused many members of the anthropology field to disagree with Mead's conclusions.
After having traveled to Samoa myself and living amongst the people for many months, it is evident that Dr. Mead steered the conversations with the Samoan individuals to work in her favor, thusly grossly overgeneralizing and misjudging the cultural practices and attitudes of the people of Samoa. Therefore, one can only conclude that Dr. Mead's work is tainted and should not be looked upon as an accurate and unbiased portrayal of Samoan culture. Hey, get out of here! Get out of here! Go! 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 I apologize for that. Here in New Zealand, where I am from and where we are right now, we are experiencing an infestation of koala bears.
Okay, thank you for meeting with me. So, tell me a little bit about your relationship with the other Samoan people.
Lo siento, pero no comprendo la pregunta.
Oh.
Okay, so this sex that you're talking about, you're saying that it's okay for young girls to have many sexual partners. Okay.
Lo siento, pero no tengo ninguna idea sobre lo que pasa.
Okay, so you're saying that it's okay for young girls to have sex outside marriage, basically.
¿Podemos encontrar un traductor?
Okay, I see what's going on here. Alright, okay. 2 words. First word sounds like...
¿Qué?
So the first word, it sounds like K. Okay. Well, this is all really great stuff that you're giving me, though. I mean, it's...
Shamed and humiliated by the accusations surrounding coming of age after its publication in 1928, Mead decided to quietly step away from the public's critical eye for several years. Some people say she spent these years working diligently at her job as curator of the Museum of Natural History. Others insist she spent her time traveling the world and observing the social interactions of the people in New Guinea. But recent evidence suggests that leading the quiet and refined life of an anthropologist was the last thing on Mead's mind. According to multiple eyewitnesses, Margaret Mead traveled to Port Royal, Jamaica, where she commandeered the English naval vessel, the HMS Queen Victoria. She rechristened the ship the USS Bite Me Freeman, and after appointing several brawny and lewd young men to become members of her floating battalion of death, Mead spent the next few years plundering ships along the western coast of South America. In 1931, she made her way back up north, where she blockaded the Boston harbor for 4 days, demanding 54 cases of Boston baked beans and one of those felt tricorn hats. In 1932, she sold the USS Bite Me Freeman for 5 shillings and a bootleg bottle of Jose Cuervo. Mead returned to the limelight in 1935 with the publication of her next bestseller, Sex and the Temperament in 3 Primitive Societies.
Hello? Oh, yeah, the research. Yeah, it's going real well. Yeah, same old, Paris and Nicole just got, Alana and Tonga just, can I call you back? You're breaking up, I can't hear you. Yeah.
Despite the success of Sex and Temperament in 3 Primitive Societies, Mead worked quietly and diligently in the museum, never drawing attention to herself, never sparking curiosity and concern amongst her colleagues. But she was planning. Always planning. And then the unthinkable happened. On December 7th, 1941, U.S. naval forces stationed in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, were, without warning, viciously attacked by the Japanese bombers, resulting in the United States' entrance into World War II. Was it just coincidence that Margaret Mead happened to be working for the Museum of Natural History at this time? Or was it something more?
Well, you just need to follow the clues, you see. Margaret Mead was born in December, and Pearl Harbor was bombed in December too. Margaret was born on the 16th. 1 plus 6 equals 7. December 7th, you see. And if you had 40, the age that Margaret Mead was when Pearl Harbor was bombed, by the way, to 1901, the year she was bombed, you get 1941, you say?
Are you saying that you believe Margaret Mead is responsible for the US's role in World War II?
What are you, retarded? I'm not saying it's fact. I just made up, you see. It's fiction. But the evidence is there. You see? Maybe I'm right. So sue me. Go Sox!
Whether or not Margaret Mead is responsible for World War II, she held a prominent status during the war as Executive Secretary of the National Research Council's Committee on Food Habits. We're not sure exactly what this is, but we here at Regency Productions imagine it's something like this.
Oh, Margaret, have you seen that cake that we needed for the meeting today?
Other influential jobs Mead held included adjunct professor at Columbia University.
Alright, and you see, if we carry the 3 here, and we just bring it right over here, that is why child labor for low wages is the best form of child rearing.
As well as president and chairman of the American Institute for the Advancement of Sciences.
Science, it must advance!
Margaret Mead finally succumbed to her own mortality on November 15, 1978, at the age of 76. But her memory and influence on cultural anthropology will forever live on through her work and her fans.
So tell me, how big of a Margaret Mead fan are you?
I am the world's biggest Margaret Mead fan. I mean, everything that she's ever done, it just speaks to me on such an incredible level.
I'm the biggest Margaret Mead.
No, I am.
No,
No, come on. Like,
No.
do you have a Margaret Mead tattoo? Look at this. Look at this.
Oh
Look,
my
look,
God!
look,
No,
look.
put that away. Oh
look,
no,
look,
I'm not gonna
right there.
look. Fine. I'm the second best Margaret Mead fan.
That's the way it is.
That's the way it is. And like what we do, like once a year on Margaret Mead's birthday, what we like to do is we like to go outside and we like to like send a balloon up to Margaret Mead. This is for you, Margaret Mead.